Crow is a good friend of mine. Jonah Norlander, great friend of mine, editor of Had, a writer of really great poems, excuse me, and a wonderful father. And yeah, I'm excited to hear him read.
Thanks, Graham and Tyler and everyone. I kind of feel like I'm the charity inclusion on this stacked lineup. So it's only fitting that I'm the opener. So everybody that trickles in late doesn't have to sit through me. No. I'm confident and my work is going to be good. And I'm going to read it for you now. This first poem was in Swamp Lit. Shout out MD Wheatley. It is called, Has Anyone Ever Felt This Before? I become immobile to savor incidental touch. My kid is standing on my foot and I'm like, don't move. At bedtime, my son wants to sword fight with Hot Wheels tracks and I give in just a little. I swipe half-heartedly against his all-out attacks. I feel a little overwhelmed and then realize I can tolerate even more chaos. When someone wants to show me something on their phone, I'm like, no. Wow, all your problems have the same root cause? That's crazy. Everything wrong with me is wrong for different reasons. None of it is connected. Up next, this one's called Really Healthy, unpublished. I'm in the mood to be really healthy. This whole time I thought I was eating carbs, I was actually eating fats. What's up with chia seeds? Why do I eat them? I do, though. You have no idea how yogurt o'clock it is right now. Greeks were really cooking when they invented their yogurt. Going through Greek yogurt withdrawals. This new protein shake I'm trying has a slight ode to cow manure. My budgeting advice is don't eat expensive food unless it tastes really good. For a while, grapes solved a lot of my problems. Now I have new problems grapes can't solve. Got to work and realized I forgot my daily allotment of hand fruits. Sick of my blackberries getting moldy, so I'm eating them anyway. Eating an apple that tastes like air juice if you could juice a crunchy fist-sized chunk of air. There should be a euphemistic way of referring to an everything bagel, so I can salvage my ascetic reputation. Inconvenient that half-heartedly trying to get swole spring leads into obligated to eat ice cream daily summer. I may get old, but I'll never be slow or frail. It's just not for me. Cured my knee injury by ignoring it. Certain my leg could be made to feel better by some kind of stretch. Walking into a collaborative massage and bodywork storefront, asking if my contribution can be just laying there. My toenail might fall off, and I don't even have a marathon training block to show for it. Trying to resist the temptation to take another dose of the magic nasal decongestant that cures you for 3 days and kills you on the 4th. I like how Dayquil makes me feel like I'm having a heart attack. Wonder if I'm gonna make it. That's the end of that one. Next one, I got just a couple more here. This one's called Sweet Child of Mine, which may be a familiar title. I want to think of my afflictions as being universal until I meet someone who shares them. Then I don't want those problems anymore. Regret having told someone, I can't remember who, I prefer blackberries over raspberries. The scorn in my mother-in-law's face when I was rummaging for napkins and pulled out tea towels. My son's electric toothbrush vibrates on the same frequency as Guns N' Roses. Massaging my cat's gums, massaging my own gums, making myself integral to something. On foot, chasing down a honking driver to share my hope that a rabid dog bites his dick off. Sometimes I forget to consider whether my son is in the car before shouting, "Fuck you, cocksucker," at some other driver who can't hear me. I wonder how many words I know, hoping to meet someone who brings out my fun side, if they're out there, and I have one. Feeling so grateful, but it's not enough. Thought a thought, and then thought, I don't have to keep thinking about that. All right, this one's called Not a Number. Decided to have a good day, and then I had a good day. Hauled away my old mattress, reminiscing on the good times. Debated setting a goal to finish writing a book by the end of the year, but I couldn't decide which. Chatted with a student loan portal support person named Lacan Real, who abbreviated forbearance to Forb. Lap swim lifeguard couldn't decide whether to call me Corey or Clay, then tried Cray. It's fun getting healthier and better looking with age. Nearly complimented another playground dad on his pants. My son blew on a dandelion and whispered his wish to be with Mama and Papa forever, to never be apart. His last question of the night was, "What's the last number?" and wouldn't accept infinity as an answer. Hallucinated the moon falling, and my body instinctively lurched to catch it. Every night before sleep, I lose track of my legs. Sometimes I feel impatient to know the end. I don't want to get there. This one is called I Like Your Smell. Thank you to Tyler for publishing this on Lo-Fi Mag. This is the one he called Creepy. I like your smell. I'm afraid to ask what it is. I don't know if it suits me, like whether I could wear it. Do you wear a scent? Whatever the verb, I'm not sure I could do it. I don't want it on me. I just want it on you. Someone to smell until it fades from perception. Often is too much for something this good, so it's better left an infrequent mystery that tricks me into wondering if I might not want to huff your essence for eternity. And my last poem, if I have time, was also published in Swamp. It's called A Bit Sloppy, but Sticks the Landing. I quickly take off a t-shirt with a too small neck hole, and my face gets all squished. I hug a person who, in retrospect, was reaching their arm out with some other intention. I don't hug someone I haven't seen in months who walks up and stands an inch away. I tell my boss, "Good," before he asks how I am, which he never winds up doing. Haven't heard from a friend in a while, so I text, "You surviving?" Haven't heard back. Didn't really plan ahead. Don't know my next move. Before falling asleep, I lose feeling in my legs and can't remember if they're straight or crossed. I write groceries on my grocery list. Must have meant apples. Wish you could have felt the medicinal sea breeze on my way into work today. That's it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much. Now, if you're new to my readings, what I like to do is I like to go around and I like to ask the different readers, what did they think of these poems? I'm going to ask Jennifer, what did you think of Crow's poems?
Sorry, just unmuting here. I loved your poems. I really enjoyed the voice where there was like a lot of, I don't know, like straightforwardness and humor, but then that became like the mechanism for some kind of like transcendence and like truth. And I just love poetry that is able to like start from that place of just the everyday. And then, yeah, I don't know. I loved it.
Thank you.
Cool. Suleha, what did you think? You and your friends.
Okay. I really loved the humor in it. But I like that you go from like really humorous moments to like a punch in the gut.
Okay, Graham, what did you think?
What did everyone else think? Hold on, wait.
Oh, okay, wait.
I love the moment with the hugging. That's just something that stood out to me. I love the small mentions of the child, like punctured throughout.
Oh, I
think
also like the
it's
the playground dads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I love that.
Graham, how'd you feel? Thank you, by the way.
I really like Crow's relationship with his son, and I like the way he writes about it. I think that like Arnie is a really smart kid, and it's funny to that like sometimes the way kids talk is the way a poem is shaped, and just kind of like the unknown at the end of a thought is kind of a poem, you know, just being like, I don't know where this sentence is going to go, and it just stops. And that's like the feeling that a poem leaves you with, a really good poem leaves you with. And I think Crow is really good at like capturing both that from his daily life and also his like domestic life. So I really like reading those, hearing that.
Katie, thank you, Graham. Katie, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I love it. I really like how your poems have almost like a tweet-like quality, but like in the best way possible. Like they're so funny, and it's like each line could be its own thing, but then like together they also become something that's like really deep. Yeah, I loved it.
Tom, do you have anything to add? Where would you like to continue?
Yeah, +1 to what everybody said. And also, I think that poems are a really great technology for being aware of something too late. And I think, Crow, your poems do that really beautifully. Like the little like moments of, oh shit, I just realized I did that thing when I should have thought for like 0.8 more seconds. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to get to see rendered with the care that you do.
All right, thank you everyone for your opinions on Crow Jonah's poetry. You can go check out one of his poems on my site, Lo-Fi Mag.